Hello students, I am MD Tanveer Alam from Oriental Public School. Today we will start our English supplementary book for class 9 students. The name of the chapter is The Lost Child. This is the chapter of our supplementary book. First of all, we are talking about the poet. The name of the poet, the name of the writer is Mulk Raj Anand. Mulk Raj Anand was born in 1905 and she died in 2004. He was an Indian writer in English, notable for his depiction of the lives of the poorer castes in traditional Indian society. He is a prominent Indian author of novels, short stories, and critical essays in English, who is known for his realistic and sympathetic portrayal of the poor in India. Students, now we are coming to the introduction to the story. This is the story of a child who goes to a fair with his parents. The child is very happy and excited and wants everything from the fair. He wants sweets and toys displayed in the shops, but his parents don't buy them for him. Soon the child gets lost and separated from his parents while engrossed in enjoying the colorful fair. This causes panic in his mind. Then he refuses when someone else who finds him offers all those things to him. He wants nothing but only his parents. Now we are coming to the explanation of the story. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lane and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys means in the winter season the narrow lanes were full of shade. The story is set in the spring season and it was the festival of village. It was the fair of village. As the winter season had just ended, all the people came out of their houses. They were cheerful as the chilling cold weather had ended. People conveyed through different modes: foot, horses, bamboo carts, and bullock carts. A little child was accompanied by his parents. He ran excitedly and often banged into his father's legs. He was full of life, excitement, and laughter. Come, child, come, called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way. The child was attracted to the toys which were displayed at the various stalls. As he would be left behind, his parents would call him to come with them. He hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Here in this paragraph, The writer says the child was obedient and would walk towards them on being called, but his eyes would keep on looking at the toys that he wanted. As he reached them, he could not control his desire to buy a toy. He was familiar to the reaction that they would give. He knew that they would stare him, indicating denial to buy him the toy. The child knew the emotionless way in which they would stare at him. I want that toy, he pleaded. Here, the child pleads his parents that I want that toy. The child was unable to control his desire any longer. He said that he wanted to buy the toy. His father looked at him red eyed in his familiar tyrant's way. The father's eyes grew red with anger. He looked at the child just like a cruel ruler who was trying to oppress him. His mother, melted by the free spirits of the day, was tender and giving him her finger to hold, said, Look, child, what is before you? The mother here consoles her child and she wants to show him something. The mother became emotional due to the cheerful mood. Lovingly, she gave her finger to the child to hold and guided him to a place. She asked him to see what was in front of him. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold as it swept across miles and miles of even land. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of lone black bees or butterflies in search of sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze till one of them would steal its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. But it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hands. Then his mother gave a cautionary call, Come, child, come on to the footpath. This paragraph says there was a vast field full of bright yellow colored mustard flowers. They seemed like flowering stems of gold and were widespread. A group of dragonflies, black bees, and butterflies buzzed around, sucking the nectar from the flowers. The child looked at them as they flew around. When one of them sat somewhere, he tried to catch them, but the teeny creatures would fly away the next instant. The mother called out to him as they started walking down the footpath. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. In this paragraph, the writer says that sometimes these little insects were coming out of the hidden places to enjoy the sunshine, and the child also became attracted looking these small insects.